July through September is, in my opinion, the most rewarding time in a home garden. With the summer heat, most crops have an abundant yield, and you can easily put together a complete meal with just the home produce, which I think is a perfect meal to have. This is our second year in this raised bed garden, and I think this year we've definitely had much more yield out of the same space. A part of it, I believe, is a good weather. We've had a lot of rains this summer, and it wasn't as scorching hot or dry. And also because this year we were more intentional, I should say, about succession planting and trying to keep each raised bed productive. So instead of seeing what's growing in each bed, I thought this time we could share with you what we are harvesting out of all our beds. So first, we had a nice yield of potatoes which we planted in the ground directly in late May, and we harvested them around late July. We had three different types of potatoes: the regular golden ones, the red one, and also a purple variety. Each week we've been harvesting kilos of green beans, lady's finger or okra, brinjal, eggplants, tomatoes, tomatillos, which is basically a Mexican type of tomato. We also have peppers of different kinds, starting from the bell pepper, the sweet budgie kind of banana peppers, poblano, a red variety, a purple variety, habanero pepper, which is super spicy, and also the long Indian chili as well. We've also had great luck this year with lots of cucumbers, rich gourds, hyacinth beans in our trellises. As far as the greens go, the ones which usually survive the summer heat are chard, collard, kale, sorrel. So this year we tried two varieties of sorrel, the French sorrel and also the Indian sorrel, or gongura as it's called. This year our new crops to try were celery, corn, gongura, muskmelon or cantaloupe, and tomatillos. Some of them are definitely good and have been yielding quite a bit, but celery turned out to be super stringy and salty for some reason, and corn turned out to be baby corn, though we didn't intend that at all, and it wasn't really tasty. So those are some things we could do a little more research and maybe try again next time. Our blueberries have been yielding nicely, and we're also starting to get some raspberries, which we are excited to include in some of our smoothies or maybe even make an ice cream out of. What do we do with so much produce, you might wonder? Both Sagar and I love vegetables and we include quite a bit in our daily menu. But if we have extras, we usually try and share it with our friends and neighbors. And this year we've also started canning and freezing some of our produce. Coming to what you can do in your garden towards the end of July or early August, first, plan for the fall crops. As all the summer crops start to tire out, now is the time to clean the garden beds and slowly start including fall crops, so you have a beautiful harvest again by the end of October. There's a really nice chart of what can be grown for a fall garden from Territorial Seed Company that I've been using, the link for which is in the description box below. Second, harvesting and storing our produce. As I mentioned, find ways to make your crops stay longer, either canning, freezing, curing, or whatever you can to just save them through the winter or a little longer. Some part of your crops, instead of harvesting them immediately, you could also let them go to seed and use that for planting next year. Here we have some cilantro which we were growing in mid-May and harvested a lot of greens out of, and we just let them stay in the garden beds till late July, and eventually all the leaves shed and only the seeds remained like this. You can either use these directly as spices or even save the seeds for the next time. With regard to our compost bin, we have been filling it with all the green waste from our kitchen, our garden waste, and in spite of that, honestly, we couldn't fill more than even half of one bin until July. So we actually got some horse manure from one of our friends who has horses and added that to our bins as well. That's been helping quite a lot, I should say. And as you can see, the temperature is around 60 degrees Celsius or 140 Fahrenheit. And we should have good homemade compost to fill in our beds in a few weeks' time. Alright folks, that's it from us for a July update. We will catch you guys pretty soon with a more detailed update on canning and food storage towards the end of August. Take care everyone, stay home, stay safe, happy gardening.